Welcome to No Strings Attached Street Ministry. See if anyone comes on here. Morning, Bailey. Good morning. Glad to see you here this morning. Whenever y'all come in the chat room, do me a favor and just let me know. Send me a text or something. Let me know you're here. I see there's 3 people here, so just want to say good morning to all of you. I'm doing better. Few updates, we're going to be tearing into the van here this week, and I'm going to take the complete brake system completely apart. And good morning, Scene. Is that Sean? Maybe. Not sure, but I think that's how you pronounce that. But anyway, hi David. Glad to see you come along, sir. But what we're going to be doing is getting into the van on this brake system. I'm going to take it completely apart, every single piece, even the hoses, the lines, everything. I'm going to be blowing them clean with high pressure air, making sure there's no obstructions in anything. If anything looks strange or weird, I'm going to go and do what I can to replace it. Like I said, the one part that we think that it is not available, which really is terrible. I mean, but it is what it is. It's just hasn't had anything come to replace that as of yet. But and these are such really good, good vans. Hi, Brandon. These are really such great vans that, you don't find a lot in the junkyard. They're still driving around. So, I mean, it's I would buy this van over and over and over again if I could. I mean, that's how nice of a vehicle it's been. Very, very dependable, very reliable. I've really been very happy with it. Of course, I take very good care of it. Probably a lot more than most. I have done a lot to it, but for saying the amount of miles that I've driven and the things that I put it through, it's been amazing. And the good thing is, I don't have $1,000 car payment, So I mean, I could set this up usually to right along with a brand new car, and I'm sure I'm going to get wherever they go. I have that much faith in it. But anyway. I know I did a posting with my fish tank yesterday or the day before about my mother, and Mom's doing really well. I mean, she's the problem is her medication added drill or something. Well, anyway, it's some kind of, I guess it's for thyroid or a heart problem, whatever. Anyway, it's this medication had caused her blood pressure or her heartbeat to drop way, way, way low, and put a pretty big scare on all of us. My dad was really nervous, and I'm lucky as ever to have them still. And I mean, they're up into their 80s, and her heartbeat went down to like 22, I think it was the lowest it went, and literally, Dad thought she was dying. A lot of, there was a lot of concern there. He called me and talked to me, and you could just tell it was the cracking and stuff in his voice. You could tell he was highly upset and highly, distraught over it all. But they were able to monitor her and actually help get her, get all her pressure back up and all of her, her heartbeat and everything back up. So, and got her medication straightened out. They were thinking that she might have needed a pacemaker, but apparently it's not. It was just a conflict with their medication. And I really wonder about some of these medications that these doctors are prescribing out there for these older people. It's almost like my good friend Jack has the same problem. His doctor wants to give him every single thing new that comes on the market. It's like he's a test dummy. It's like, really, and then they wonder why, these people are just having such a hard time with this medication. Not only is it the physical part, but it's mostly the financial part. I mean, these medications are expensive, and there's no need in that medication. So why prescribe this stuff to these people? You know what I mean? And then cause with our side effects, and then have to rush them to the hospital and spend even more money to take care of them. So I sort of get upset with the way that they treat, that they treat their patients here in the United States. These doctors, that you figured that they would learn their lesson about the malpractice, because that to me is malpractice. It's not, the little accidents that they would have, or a mishap or something. But it's funny how a doctor can claim that he's practicing medicine. Yeah, he's practicing on you. So, I mean, it's practicing should be disallowed. I mean, they don't let me practice air conditioning. If I go out and mess up an air conditioner or practice on an air conditioner, oops, I guess that didn't work. Let's try again. Most people would flip their lid. That would have lawsuits coming right and left everywhere. Everybody in the world would sue the crap out of me for that. It's like someone practicing fixing my brakes, and then I get out and get into a major crash and an accident because they practiced on my brakes. Really? I mean, you just understand what I'm saying? They should have, sure, and I don't care if their insurance is that high. If they practice and their insurance goes up because of their faults of being a doctor, then they don't need to have that doctor. They don't need to have the privilege of making the kind of money that they make. Kick their butt to the street, man. Let them become a ditch digger or something, just like all the rest of us, So they don't deserve to make that kind of money if they're not willing to uphold their promises and the way that they're higher authorities in what they do. So I'm sorry. I just get upset. It's not right for me to place judgment on all of them, because they're all not the same. I do find very good doctors and very good things out there, but you know what? It's getting more and more and more, and our Congress and our government is allowing this because they're getting patted in the backside of it. They want this medication because pay me, pay me, pay me. So it's all about the money. It's all about the evil money. I don't know. I get very aggravated with them at times, and nothing that I can do. And then we wonder why people can't live in harmony. It's because they're too busy trying to survive. They can't afford to live in harmony. You know, People that are on Social Security and all that, come on. They can't even pay their simple bills and survive off of what they get. These people busted their hind end their entire life for that. They're not getting any handouts, which the government thinks it's a handout. No, that's the insurance that you paid into. You paid in hard labor your whole life for that. So you deserve that money. You deserve a whole lot more than what you get. You know, in my case, I had a business that paid, hundreds of employees Social Securities. And yeah, they say, well, it comes out of my check. Some does. But you know what? Every single dollar that I pay for you, take out of your check, I have to match that. So all yours is coming out of my paycheck too. So I have to basically double that, and pay all that, and plus a lot more, plus your workman comp insurance and all the other stuff that you have to go through. And it's all a bunch of crap. It's all a bunch of bullshit. I don't know. It's just literally a shame, to see the kind of destruction that this world has come to. It really is. I guess that's what gives us a reason to pray, right? But it's all in all. All I know that will happen is that he's going to be there. Thanks, guys, for all coming in. The messages are just flashing up and down. I can't really read them very well because I need glasses. And again, I need glasses, and I can't afford to go get my glasses fixed. It's like my mother got sick. I couldn't afford the gas money to go up there to see her. Really? Should I live in this kind of shape? Social Security denied me. My injury is not on their approved list, believe it or not. Don't get me started. And the thing is, I deserve it more than anyone. I wasn't just one that paid mine. or that was deducted out of mine, I paid it for all my employees as well. So I should have been the first one they would have wrote a check to. But no, they denied me. And they denied me again, and they denied me again. And the biggest reason is because I can't afford to have insurance or the doctors to go in and get me enough doctors and paperwork behind to flood the judges. That's all they want is paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. Mine was a workman comp case, so it's a little bit different. They even hire doctors to tell you that you're not sick, just so they can bust your hind end on it. When I got hurt and went on Social Security or disability because of the workman comp. They paid me for literally like a month. Then they shut me down. Once they found out what really happened and the injuries that I had, they shut me down and starved me out. Literally starved me out. I had to leave a $250,000 a year job. What I got back wasn't even enough to pay the taxes on that kind of an income. That was my settlement after 2.5 years. And they say, "Oh well, Jim, they pay you. They don't pay you crap. Trust me." People think that they can take off of work and they're gonna get some big settlement and stuff. Trust me, you don't. You just don't. You don't. You never. No one ever comes out ahead by trying to bleed the system. It don't happen. They're gonna make your life so miserable. You'll sell your soul to the devil, and I won't do that. But anyway, I guess sorry about my rant, guys. It's got me going today. I've just been very aggravated all day. It's not a very good start to the morning, right? And I apologize, I really do. Because that's not who I am. I'm not. I mean, but you know what? Even after all the crap that goes on, I still find a way to smile every day. I got up, I got out, I went and found a beautiful sunrise this morning. I've really been absorbed. I've reading my Bible and just been touched all along. I got to call my own mommy up today and got to talk to her and see how she's doing. So I was able to talk to her and feel her spirit and feel that and know that she's okay, which was a great relief off of me. Um, my van has been in trouble, and another good angel has reached out to me and gave me a van. So I'll be flying up to Columbus, Ohio, on the 13th of this month, and I'm going to go up there and receive that van, and then I'm going to, I'm going to after I get that van, and I'm just going to have to try to get home. My mother on the way down is probably about 400 to 500 miles out of the path that I have to go. So I would love to be able because I can go right down 75 to get back home. But she lives way over in the southeast corner of Kentucky. So I've got to drive like 200 miles over to get to her and then 200 miles or so back, to go on home. So it's going to be a little bit more there. I'm trying right now to see if I can secure the funds for the gas mileage, and the gas money to be able to go and actually see her. I talked to the family, and it's okay for me to be gone. I don't, time is not a problem with me. I've got all the time in the world I want, especially this time of year. So it's not a big deal there. It's just I don't know the van. I don't know what kind of for who gave it to me. I'm sure it's in top quality condition because that's just how they take care of their belongings. So I'm sure that it will be okay. It's a 1999 minivan, I believe. I'm not sure. I believe it's a minivan, and I think what I'll do is then in a way, I'm actually excited because it gives me another project to do. Maybe I can make more content with you on building out a minivan and trying to see if I could set it up properly to where people can have air conditioning and things like that in there. So you know, that way I can get in there and hopefully, you know, show some more progress on that. I've shown pictures of van build outs that I've done, but I've actually never really showed the actual build. And the biggest reason is because I don't edit, so I don't know how to edit. So it's hard for me to do it all in one take, you know, and still make a decent video, because a lot of projects, you know, during the day would take you an hour or 2 hours. I mean, I could go even live and try to do it live, but I'm sure y'all get soon bored with all that. You know, some of these editors can really punch out some really nice stuff out there. So I'm doing good. I believe that was Chris. Thank you, Chris. I'm sorry, guys. I've been rambling and haven't been paying too much attention to the. I'm on my cell phone because I can't really see the. You know, on my computer, I can look up and read a list of all the comments. On my phone, it flashes for like not even a second, you know, and then it goes away. So I can't really catch it that long. I have bad glasses and I need my bifocals and trifocals and can't get into effect. When I look up to look into it, you look right down my nostrils into my lungs, so which is pretty disgusting. But and I don't mean to, you know, make you feel like no one's out there. You know, I guess I do. I love you and I thank you for coming. I mean, I've got 19 people in here. I think this is the most people I've had actually in the room at one time that I can remember. But and I Beatty tried to tell me to do some kind of a shout out to let you all know when I'm going to do this. I'm going to try probably, let's say around 10 o'clock, about 10 o'clock, maybe twice a week, if maybe once a week at least. We'll say we'll do it on how about every Monday at 2 o'clock or at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll see how that goes for a couple of times and see if, you know, if you all can sit. Now that's Eastern time. That's my time is around 10. So we'll try to get on usually on Mondays. I'll try to do better off of at least reaching out to you and letting you know what's going on. And who knows, I might get on here and I have a thing to talk about, because I've actually been very uninspired on video content lately. I mean, I have a few ideas, a few suggestions, but you know, I just have to try to put them all together, and that takes up time too. So we'll try to do that for you guys and see if I can get a little bit more, you know, people to start watching the channels, because I mean, even my AdSense and stuff has really gone down bad. Hey, Carlos. Um, yeah, I didn't even get AdSense for the last 2 months, so it shows you how far it's really dropped. I guess my little viral one that's been paying me has started to fall off. But it's over a year old, so you know, people still watch it. It's amazing that they still do. So I guess I need to get a couple more videos out there that I can hopefully get viral. That would be nice, or at least lots of views on, to where they continue to show them. That would be a great, you know, a great video. The brake, like I said, the brake work, it's going to be pretty tough to do that because I have to do it all at night. That's when my mechanic's available. And we have to do it pretty much by flashlights, you know, and lights. I mean, it's pretty hard to do it where we have to work on it at. Um, and but I'll try to bring you along and work on that and see what we can come up with. He's going to go on and continue working through it even after I'm gone, to, you know, to get the van. And hopefully we can do that. I would like to do a singing live for you guys. I'm just wondering if it would bother with my AdSense or not. They have a special monetization because of my music and copyright issues. And then they say they're going to start cracking down on the copyright issue thing a lot more. And I don't want to upset them, because I don't want to mess up my chances of possibly getting something, you know. But I will be doing a van build for sure, at least on the other little van when I get it. I missed that one. I missed the last 3 ones pretty bad. But anyway, guys, so I figured we would just I don't know. I don't even know if I can even. The lots of where my house is, the other next lots next to me, has really been coming in on me and like encroaching on my property here. So, seeing the parts are not available for my van to be fixed. That's the problem. They no longer manufacture and make that part, and it's been very tough to find one. We've even searched. I've even had 2 or 3 people searching for it, and checking even junkyards and stuff in their areas and things like that. I've called every junkyard I believe there is, from Florida to Georgia to Tennessee, and it's just been impossible to find this part for some reason. Um, this is apparently is a late model 2000, so they even had the VIN number to get the right part. So they have to use that to find it. So it's called a proportioning valve is the problem that's there. But it's, as far as I can tell, I've done all the research I can think of on all the different parts and things, and everything keeps pointing back. You know, nothing shows this as a symptom. The symptom that I'm having is nothing is showing it. And the only part that I can understand or have heard of it ever being was a hose. But what happens is when I hit the brakes, every time I hit the brakes, they get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. They're not releasing the pressure when you take your foot off the brake. And eventually my front wheels will literally just lock up tight as a drum to where I cannot, even the truck cannot even push the tires. That's how tight they get. And I have to literally skid the truck to get it up in the driveway. So it's pretty bad. I mean, it's, and then over time, it seems like you'll bleed back down. The next morning, I can move it again. But then, I mean, just not even 30 foot, may hit the brakes 4 or 5 times, and